I'm done hiding. Hi y'all, long time lurker but decided to post with the craziness going on in my life. This is an alt account so people won't identify me. It's a long one. I am 24F and will be breaking it off with my parents today. I come from a traditional South Asian household. My parents have always had some type on control in mine and my siblings' lives. My mom is a classic narcissist who would use guilt tripping, manipulation, victim blaming, financial abuse, among other tactics to make sure we stayed in check. Dad wasn't much better as he just let this happen and would be religiously manipulative. I, being the youngest, would always fight back against this as much as I could but always got shut down for being too young and disrespectful. My siblings from an early age learned to just let her win and would chastise me for fighting with her. I was seen as too emotional and hot-headed when I tried to fight for any freedom, and when I did get my way my siblings attributed it to me being the youngest and being spoiled. Just some backstory for the family dynamic. When I got to high school I drilled into my parents that I would live on campus for college, that I would not commute like they forced my other siblings to. I was depressed, anxious, and suicidal since middle school and contemplated ending it every day, but told myself to wait until I got to college and things would hopefully change. Got all A's and managed to be valedictorian. Funnily enough, my mom never congratulated me as that was what I was supposed to do, but I would hear her bragging to my aunts and uncles about how my accomplishments was a result of her parenting. Anyways, finally managed to make it out during college, and with a lack of supervision I went wild. My grades struggled a bit in the beginning, but after getting that back on track it was partying every weekend, doing drugs, drinking, hooking up with guys and girls, dressing skimpy, getting secret tattoos, basically anything religion wouldn't allow I did. A lot of my self-worth/mental health issues came from my looks and being undesirable and overlooked as a South Asian girl. After learning a bit of makeup, changing my style, losing some weight, therapy, and admittedly with a bit of psychedelics I was able to slowly get over my depression, anxiety, and any and all suicidal thoughts were gone. I finally saw my self-worth and uniqueness and could admit that I actually liked myself, and now I love who I am. Now from my second year of college my parents were pressing me to get an arranged marriage. I kept pushing it off, saying after my studies, or after I start my career, and at one point I was going to cave in because the dating scene was looking bleak, but 2 years ago I unexpectedly met my boyfriend on a dating app. I wasn't looking for anything serious, but we both fell hard. He is perfect in every way. I had never felt more validated, seen, respected. This man was made me for me and I was made for him. He is 25 meters and is Hispanic and white. This is relevant. We moved in together rather quickly due to financial reasons, and while it was rough at first we are now happy in each other's company as soulmates and best friends. My parents at this point are old and have taken a back seat in parenting me as I was pretty independent and just relied on them financially up until recently. I went kind of unchecked, which is how I was able to hide my relationship and living situation for so long. Despite all the abuse I still love my family. Maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome, but in my culture it's family above all, and growing up poor together made me and my siblings close. My mother was only able to express her love through keeping us fed and making our favorite foods, so I hold a deep connection with my family over our cultural food. I still visit home just for the familiarity of being with them and cooking with them. I have a 7-month-old niece now who I love to bits and would try to see as much as I could before the inevitable. Now we're at present day. I found out that I was pregnant 2 months ago and decided to keep the baby. My parents will be traveling for the next 3 months and they leave in 2 weeks. My siblings have given me a deadline of today to tell them about my relationship. I know this will lead to me breaking away from my parents/going NC. My boyfriend is not of my race or religion. We're having a baby out of wedlock. We've been living together for 2 years, all big no-nos in my culture. I have prepared myself for being cut off or going NC, as I know that most of who I am today she would not approve of. In all honesty, I'm just tired. I'm tired of hiding myself and living in fear of my parents. I'm tired of walking around on eggshells and faking it for them. I'm going to be a mother and I don't want my kid to ever experience what I've been through. So while I'm scared and sad to leave my parents and be alone for the first time in my life, I just want freedom and peace.